So I'm Gareth McDonald, co-founder at GMG E-Farm.
So I'm Gareth Gordon, co-founder of GMG E-Farm.
Everyone's like, GMG? What's that stand for? Well, it's literally just, we're both called Gareth. So the first G's are Gareth, the middle one's McDonald, and the last one's Gordon. Just stuck with them in the middle, they break it up a bit.
We want to add as much functionality into the app and the business as possible, and sort of try and potentially help any future problems like the carbon tracking. Potentially any problems farmers may have about actually sitting down and reading their information. Can we create some sort of statistics? Can we make information even better? Can we predict what's going to happen potentially? You know, there's so many possibilities we could do if we have the correct data and we have the correct people on board that can help us achieve those goals.
The way farming's going now, there's so many different hoops for farmers to jump through before they even throw any silage or meal to an animal. Compliance for birthing, movements, slurry compliance, building regulations around trying to expand their farm and grow their business. Where we're trying to take the compliance aspect, make it far more simple, more effective, spread the workload amongst the farmer, his family and friends, or the workers. Whereas now we're trying to go down and expand make them more profitable as well, because farming this day and age we're being squeezed from both ends. Suppliers, prices are skyrocketing, consumers want cheap produce, but they want local produce and good produce, where farmers here locally produce to the highest standard, but they don't get the recognition that they need.
So some of the biggest challenges we've sort of had is actually figuring out how to ship a product to people, dealing with Apple, Android, you know, the Google Play Store, stuff like that. It's been quite surprising about how easy it is in some cases and very hard in other cases for certain people, not mention what companies, but it's one of those things of you actually don't know what you're trying to build until you go and speak to people, and even after you've built something that some people want, other people will turn around and say, I want something completely different. So it's just sort of finding the happy medium between everyone and sort of, you know, building something that works for everyone. That's probably the most difficult thing, and I think we've got it we're sort of getting there now, because we have a lot of feedback from people. If someone has an issue, they contact us and we're pretty quick to respond to the request if we can do it as well.
Before we even started writing any code for it, we'd done a few surveys and stuff around the Balmoral show, getting farmers' opinions, where everyone was very supportive for it. They wanted to see local companies like this grow. The feedback at the start was good. They weren't just, oh, this is great, blah, blah, blah. They're like, I like this, don't like this. Really good, constructive feedback, rather than just yes or no. And from that, we were fit to actually build an app that was both easy to use, but basically ticked every box that they needed. To put it in a one-liner phrase, saves time. Our aim is to make it more profitable for a farmer.
It's the Founder Labs program we're on. So we basically get 6 months of mentorship and then a year's office space up here. And it's some of the best minds in the business in terms of building a business. And they're here to sort of help us sort of make the business even better. They just take everything apart, tell us what's wrong, what's right, and then we can sort of rectify any issues there is and make the business even better, more reliable and more sustainable.
Came to a few of the open nights and stuff they have, hearing other people's experience and journeys here and building their own businesses, and it is a great hub for success. The stories that come out of it have been astronomical. People going on full time, going worldwide from here based on just an idea. Our USP is probably just listening. It's as simple as it sounds. It's like, tell us what you want and we'll go and build it. We want to make your life easier. We want to help you prosper and grow. How can we help? We obviously won the Chamber Award at Ballymena, which is fantastic because the talent that was up or nominated for that award was amazing. We were totally actually gobsmacked that we actually got it. But I suppose it showed that they believed in it as much as we did, which was good. It's the biggest reward or surprise for me was our very first show was Ballymoney show, where I was born. We got runner-up in the best trade stand outside, where we spent so much time just getting things prepared for that show season and getting the app built and out for that. We were just taken aback. As small as a wee award as it was, it really did hit home, really, that you were doing something good. We first got the idea in early January 2022, started building that winter, released our first app April 23, and went full time on it on September 24. We actually had an idea and we actually worked on it positively. There's a lot of bumps along the road. You just have to put the hours in, put the graft in, and you'll ultimately get there if you believe in it.
There's a lot of systems out there, there's a lot of complicated things, there's information everywhere nowadays. We're trying to just make everything so simple in one compact place, and it just makes the farmer's life so easy.
Pulling the systems that farmers use every day into one central place so they get the full statistical analysis for their animal in a simple way. If there's any changes down the road, we're fit to absorb them changes, them into one central place where that change shouldn't really affect you. Hits us as a software firm where we adapt our software to it, but for the end user it's same as usual.
As well as the business growing, I'd like to grow personally as well, be able to manage a team of engineers and be able to guide them into making something really useful product as well, which would be a great experience for me. Being able to sort of handle any of those problems that pop up is another thing that you can learn as well, and you only get better with every experience.
I'd say we know the users, that the first couple of users that were onto it, the support we get from them is fantastic, where they took the time to actually give us feedback and stuff, and we'll always remember them for that and help them out whenever they need us.
I mean, it's any of the people that have adopted the product really early have been amazing with the feedback and telling us what we've been doing wrong, and then we've obviously been able to fix it for them. One of the best experiences I had was at Balmoral this year. Someone came up to me and I sort of went over to them to sort of speak to them about the app, obviously, thinking they're a customer. And they go over and said, well, I'm already using the app, I've been using it for like a couple months now, and just sort of taken aback, and someone's actually using your product that you've made. It feels so weird. So yeah, it hits you whenever someone's actually out there using it day to day and is relying on your product as well. The van also broke down while the shows as well.
Hired a van to go to Castlewell and show, and broke down in Belfast. Took like 3 hours to get it home. Had to miss the whole show, literally stranded there. And like 6 o'clock on a Saturday morning, just sitting there depressed with a cup of coffee, and the delivery man, or the recovery man, was like, you've had a bad day, and I was like, they haven't even started yet.